This is Galway Downs, Temecula, California, July, January 31st to February 2nd. So Friday was actually a practice rounds days, and both show jumping and dressage. And here I am coming in, and really this is the event I was most afraid of. The day before at the mock judging, not only did I forget the course, and but he spooked at the banners on the side, and right there you see he just instead of doing the circle at the trot, he thought we were going into the canter. And although we worked quite a bit on dressage, he's still young. He's 4.5, and it's not his best event. It's certainly not my best event, and you can see why as we led up to it. Even though I thought I had the course down pat, I just kind of blanked the day before. So today I'm being a little bit slower than I probably should be. In fact, the judge in my score definitely rates that. They also rate that some of my circles are not quite as crisp as they should be, which I can see that on this right here. They're off the rail a little bit. So, at a certain point I was getting all kinds of advice from everyone, and you can only take so much advice in, especially when it's go time. I really had to just blank my mind and concentrate on the course and do the best I can and learn from it. I liken it to doing my first marathon, where I heard all kinds of advice. One of those was don't go out too fast, but you just don't know. And sure enough, in the first marathon, I went out way too fast years ago, and I had to learn from that experience. And here, dressage is the same thing. You have to be so precise, and that can be difficult for you and a young horse. It's starter. It's a pretty simple pattern. The loose walk is okay. So we're going into our trot. I've got to get a lot better with how how he looks, the way his body and head conforms. But it's a work in progress for sure, and definitely off the circle a little bit there. And one of the problems I've been having is him picking up not the left canter, but the right canter. And in our mock test, that's the only thing he got right. And you see right here, he's picked up the left lead, and I'm so blanked out, I don't notice it until about right here, and that's as we're coming back to the trot. I just had to take less points and get through, and we're going to go through and come back to salute the judge. He had been stopping and being straight for this last month with no problem, and then in this last week he's been having problems with it, and in the mock test he wouldn't even sit still in front of the judge until I finally got him to say no. He stopped, which was good, but he's off on his right side a little bit. So we're coming into show jumping. We've worked a lot on not only starter jumps, but on beginning novice, and even a little bit higher than that. And he's usually been pretty good. In the mock, I did 2 rounds the day before, in the mock rounds before this show, and he hit one rail, but it didn't come off. He usually clears them with no problem. Going through this, I was pretty deliberate, because that's what my coach Chloe was telling me, to be aware of the stands so those don't spook him. So, I'm kind of taking my time. He also has a tendency to get a little elevated and go a little bit fast. So he can clear that jump without going very fast. And so I started coming in a little bit slower, and I was really surprised when he knocks this rail down. That was unexpected. And see right there, you see how easily he can clear these. So my approach is definitely going to have to be modified the next time. I'm going to have to be much more aware of getting his head up and not just taking it for granted he's going to clear those jumps. We're coming up on another part where this also surprised me. We have a good rhythm. We have a good canter going. We're coming around the corner to the fifth jump, and then he just lost momentum. And, clearly I didn't keep his momentum going there. So I didn't panic at all. I just thought, okay, just turn him around. We may not make the time, but I'm going to get him through it, and that'll be fine. So when he comes right here, now he's moving. Now you can see he's moving pretty good, and he's clearing the jumps with no problem. And the rest of this ride felt like the right speed to do it. This is an area in his, this young horse training that both of us feel very confident. But we're both young. We haven't been doing this for that long, and we've come a long ways from where we were for sure.
On number 141, Nasha.
So I came out of the gates again, not wanting him to be elevated, and that surprised me. A log he can jump no problem, and he just decided to stop there. So I have no explanation with that. I clearly have to get him going, but the issue that I've got to continue to work with him is once he really gets going,
1 and 2.
He's a handful. He really can press the bit, and I got to get him a little bit better on that side of it, where he is listening a little better, and we're measuring our canter a little bit better. Right now I'm using leg yields to slow him down a little bit. He's just moving. I think the times were between 3 minutes and 80 seconds and 5 minutes, I think, is what we had room. And I came in at 4:20, and he would have gone faster than that if I would have let him. All the jumps, even some of the bigger logs, he cruised through. He didn't have any problem. Even the water, he hesitated a little bit, and we went into a little bit of trot, but their time was not a problem. So we just went through it and went through the jump.
Now clear the flower.
Right now we're coming to the last 3 jumps. He's feeling great.
On course.
He didn't feel tired at all. He's an Arabian, and he's in good shape, so he's not going to get too tired, even with doing this. Maybe a little bit, but not much of anything. So that's our first eventing. We ended up with 7th place.